He frequently comes across as solemn and aloof around Hailey. It's difficult to overlook the difference, even if he has changed how he displays love or has matured. It's natural why people continue to question whether Selena has a place in his heart, given his melancholy songs, dramatic outbursts, and social media activity. No one is claiming he doesn't care for Hailey. Not all love tales end peacefully. It seems as though Justin's history is still present in his life. Justin embraced a new chapter in his life, but Selena chose a different route. She temporarily removed herself from the spotlight following their breakup in 2018. She appeared more composed and self-assured upon her return, though she had completely rebuilt herself. She started Rare Beauty with a message of self-acceptance and healing in addition to a beauty line. It began to represent those looking for fortitude following heartbreak. Her music also evolved. Lose You to Love Me was more than just a song about breaking up. It was how she found tranquility. Fans sensed the finality in her voice when she sang, "I needed to lose you to love me." It was a release, not a sign of rage or bitterness. The song's emotional honesty and melody combined to make it a worldwide smash. It was clear to all that this was Selena's last farewell to Justin. She later published her documentary, My Mind and Me, in which she candidly discussed her battles with melancholy, anxiety, and the psychological effects of celebrity. She made no mention of Justin's name, but it was clear that she was in distress. She talked about feeling lost and needing to reclaim her true self in interviews. The way Selena handled everything increased people's admiration for her. She never made fun of Hailey or heightened the tension. No one was blamed in any dubious tweets or interviews. Selena remained mute and concentrated on her personal development, while media admirers spread rumors. She was impressed by her calm strength. She transformed her sadness into a tale of recovery and change, deciding on peace over retaliation. However, Hailey's perspective should also not be disregarded. She entered a romantic triangle that she had not requested. She's been the target of hate speech on the internet ever since she married Justin. People insult Selena in ways that no one deserves, accuse her of stealing, and flood her comments with messages about her. No matter how much time goes by, it seems like the criticism never stops. It hasn't been simple, as Hailey has acknowledged. She claimed in one interview that when she and Justin got married, they were still coping with the emotional scars from their previous relationships. Imagine attempting to create a fresh future when both of you are still plagued by memories from the past. The public were continuously pressuring their relationship by making incessant comparisons to Selena. Fans were eager to point out that Justin still missed his ex whenever he seemed aloof or depressed. That is not to say Justin didn't have feelings for Hailey. However, speed and timing of events led some to wonder about his actual mental state. Some believed he was fleeing the hurt of his past rather than moving forward. Was he still clinging to the possibility of what might have been with Selena? Or was he attempting to avoid regret? The inquiries persisted, even though no one had a definitive response. His unexpected marriage went viral, igniting countless debates about whether he had really moved on or if a piece of him still resided in those bygone days. Following his marriage to Hailey, Justin's music emerged as the most significant hint for fans looking for clarification. His song began to sound quite intimate, almost like diary entries. "If I can't be close to you, I'll settle for the ghost of you." He sings in Ghost. Fans were moved just by that cue. They were certain that he was referring to preserving Selena's memory, so they immediately made the connection. Then anybody could come. It appears to be a love song to Hailey at first glance. However, it becomes increasingly apparent as you listen that Justin is attempting to persuade himself that he has moved on. It sounds more like a man repeating what he wants to think than what he actually feels. Lonely, one of his most unvarnished tracks to date, comes next. It's painful in addition to being emotional. The song's lyrics explain how becoming famous made him feel isolated, scrutinized, and misinterpreted. Supporters of his tumultuous relationship with Selena were unable to ignore the bond. The heartache, the bewilderment, and the wariness. Everything seemed to be a doorway into his experiences both during and after their time together. People have attempted to deduce the truth from his songs, interviews, and even facial expressions over time. Some people think he still harbors feelings for Selena, while others say he has moved on but is still emotionally damaged by how intense and public their relationship was. In any case, one thing is certain. Time hasn't obliterated the impression that Justin and Selena's story left. Fans may still feel the echo of love in everything he does. Despite the fact that they are now leading separate lives, Justin's public outbursts have only served to increase conjecture. Several times he has sobbed on stage, not just tears, but total breakdowns. Then there was that widely shared incident in which he snapped in response to a paparazzi question, stating, "You have no idea what she has been through for me." Although he didn't say Selena's name, everyone understood who he was referring to. His old pictures of Selena, which he published after getting married to Hailey, further contributed to the misunderstanding. These posts weren't informal. They had sentimental captions that bordered on nostalgia. Fans were left wondering why he would bring up those memories again. Was it a wave of nostalgia, grief, or regret? It demonstrated that the past wasn't as far behind him as it appeared, whatever it was. After that, everyone started talking about the social media gaffes. Fan edits and tearful breakup videos with Justin and Selena became popular. Fans always caught it, whether on purpose or not, and the screenshots went viral. He even once responded to a post that made a comparison between Hailey and Selena. Although he was attempting to defend Hailey, his remarks served to highlight the parallel rather than put an end to it. Why even reply when people couldn't help but wonder if he was truly over Selena? Perhaps he still felt too strongly about that aspect of his history. The rumors have been sustained even by the way Justin and Hailey behave around one another. Justin doesn't hold her hand, walks in front of her, and avoids making eye contact in multiple clips. In contrast, Hailey frequently appears agitated, particularly when Selena's name is mentioned. Fans continue to discuss a particular incident at the Met Gala. The audience began yelling, "Selena!" as they walked the red carpet. Hailey made an effort to maintain her smile, but her uneasiness was evident in her eyes. Justin remained silent, and that spoke a lot. Supporters frequently contrast Justin's current treatment of Hailey with his actions toward Selena. He hugged Selena, laughed, and brushed her hair out of her face, giving the impression that he was playful and loving with her. Justin Bieber's relationship with his history is very difficult. Only a few months after his last split from Selena Gomez, he wed Hailey Baldwin, but many people think his heart never truly let her go. The wedding was real, all right? Years have passed since they exchanged rings and vows, but admirers can still feel that something is missing. They observe it in his interviews, songs, and in his interactions with Hailey. It seems like a piece of him is still stuck in the past. Let's examine the words, the feelings, and the situations that have left everyone perplexed in more detail. Is Justin still attracted to Selena? This one is particularly noteworthy for fans of dramatic, emotionally charged celebrity tales. Selena and Justin's romance went beyond a simple Hollywood liaison. It was unavoidable, deep, and disorderly. The world fell in love with them right away when they began dating in 2010 while they were both still teenagers. They appeared at basketball games, amusement parks, and red carpets, looking stunning together. Their admirers were enamored. Numerous blogs commemorating their love story, heartfelt video edits, and Jelena fan pages were made by people. However, despite all of the lovely times, their relationship wasn't as ideal as it first appeared. The highs and lows were continuous. They keep splitting up and then getting back together between 2012 and 2014. Interviews started to feel awkward. Their messages on social media began to seem enigmatic, and rumors about them were constantly published. Each reunion was applauded by the fans, but it was obvious that something wasn't right. At the time, Justin was the subject of scandals and bad press. While Selena was rumored to have checked herself into a rehab facility to cope with emotional issues, nevertheless, they always managed to find their way back to one another regardless of how disorganized things were. It seemed as though an unseen force was always drawing them together. Their songs started to reflect their suffering. In 2014, Selena released the melancholy song The Heart Wants What It Wants, which is about loving someone who continuously causes you pain. She was seen sobbing on camera as she discussed how hard it was to let go. Justin released songs like Sorry, What Do You Mean? Shortly after, Where Am I Now and Where Are You? So full of longing and sadness. Honestly, it seemed clear to fans that these songs were about Selena. Then, in 2017, just when everyone believed their story was ended, they shocked everyone by reconciling. They were seen kissing in public, riding bikes, and attending church by paparazzi. Fans thought they would finally succeed for a brief while. However, it ended once more in a matter of months, this time permanently. Everyone was shocked by what happened next. Justin moved on fast rather than pausing or remaining single for a while. His relationship with Selena ended in March 2018. And he was spotted with Hailey Baldwin once more in June, although they had dated briefly in the past. Things quickly got out of hand this time. They were publicly showing their passion by holding hands and sharing a kiss. Justin made the proposal a month later. People were surprised by its quickness. Everything seemed overly dramatic and abrupt. He went from breaking up with Selena to getting ready for marriage in a matter of weeks. Hailey and Justin were legally wed. By September 2018, he was married less than 6 months after splitting from Selena. The fans were unable to comprehend it. He was spotted walking down the aisle with Hailey one minute and Selena the next. It seemed hurried, as if he were attempting to convince the world or himself of something. Was he attempting to avoid heartbreak, or was it genuine love? There was constant debate over it on the internet. Hailey has acknowledged that their early marriage wasn't without its challenges. She claimed that because Justin was still battling personal problems and they both had trust issues, their first year together was extremely difficult. Such baggage persists and influences all that follows. It doesn't simply vanish. One brief instance offered much hope for world peace. On Instagram, Selena and Hailey both followed one another. Although it wasn't a large gesture, it had significance. Supporters referred to it as a truce, a subdued method of expressing maturity and putting a stop to the conflict. Nevertheless, the internet continued to generate new theories in spite of this. People continued to speculate that Hailey was either bored of living in Selena's shadow or jealous. And who wouldn't be, really? Imagine continuously being likened to your lover's well-known former partner. Every gesture, every costume, and every look on the red carpet are examined and compared to others. It wears you out. Even though Hailey isn't flawless, nobody should be subjected to that degree of scrutiny. Thus, the crucial query still stands. Is Justin Bieber really over Selena Gomez? Is he still clinging to what they had together? Or has he completely moved on? His emotive lyrics, his reactions, and the way he occasionally appears preoccupied are all indicators. However, only Justin himself truly knows in the end. The public aspect, music, interviews, and pictures are all visible to the world. However, he may still be working on reconciling all of his past experiences behind closed doors. The guilt, the heartache, and the love. Their kind of love doesn't simply fade away. It leaves stains that are difficult to remove. Perhaps a tiny part of Justin still ponders what might have occurred if things had gone differently, even though he may be sincerely attempting to move on with Hailey. What do you think then? Has Selena finally been released by Justin? Or does Hailey continue to live in the shadow of an unresolved love story? Please share your opinions in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe if you like delving into the unseen feelings and unwritten tales of Hollywood's most intricate relationships. There's always more to discover.